All right, I'm gonna be real. I just got out of work. It's about 6:30 at night. I'm absolutely disgusting. And I have been sick for the past week, severely sick. Don't know what it was. And my tanks are looking horrible. So we need to add water, clean them up a bit, and then I need to make this video on shrimp. All of my shrimp. From the babies they've been having to the genders that they are, the different generations, the colors, everything. I need to make a video on this. And that's what today's gonna be, because I can't put this off for any longer. So I'm gonna go take a shower, clean up a little bit, and then we'll chat and hopefully make a new video for you guys. I'm back, I'm showered. Let's fill this tank with some water, and then we're gonna go over the generations of shrimp starting from the very beginning. So let's do this. So this is the tank currently. We got some water loss. It's very overcrowded. There's some algae. There's a shrimp right up front here. If it'll focus, there we go. And I'm sure there's more in there elsewhere, but we are going to fill this up. This is just the before. I did just now end up pulling all of this algae from the top of the tank, so it looks a little bit clearer. You can see some of the shrimp swimming around now. But yeah, all of that is just algae mixed with duckweed. And I don't know what those floating plants are, but they have pretty long roots, so there's no need for a whole bunch of algae buildup. That guy freaking out, that's Terry. His name is Terry. And he is crazy. Crazy Terry. There's also this really cool color combination that looks almost brown translucent, which I'm thinking came out of an Amano shrimp and Wally. But this color combo is so cool. It's like a translucent brown with specks. Okay, now that the shrimp cube is taken care of for the weekend, filled, cleaned up, the whole nine, let's get this video started on the generations of shrimp. So we are going to take it all the way back to the very beginning, from when I first ordered these shrimp. Now I'm going to be putting pictures up here for you guys to see what I'm talking about, because if you're new here, first of all, welcome. There's a lot to catch up on in terms of breeding the shrimp, sexing the shrimp, and keeping track. Keeping track is the hardest one. So let's rewind it all the way back to the day that I got these shrimp. If you remember right, I had a blue shrimp, a brown shrimp, chocolate shrimp, and a green shrimp, and then a bunch of Amano shrimp. So I had a whole mix of things going here. I'll insert pictures of every single one. There was Wally, Bluey, and the Amano shrimp, basically, and a few extras that made their way in there. Now, Wally turned out to be a female. Bluey turned out to be a female, and most of the Amano shrimp came out male. So Bluey and Wally were obviously the two producers, so every shrimp that came out of them, except for a few Amano shrimp that were the females, have color to them. So that moves us on to the second generation of shrimp, because if Wally, Bluey, and the Amano shrimp are the first generation, that means that their children are going to be the second generation, which leads us to the shrimp that are still around today, because most of the first generation shrimp, Wally is still alive, you guys. Wally is kicking it, and Bluey, I think, passed away, and most of the Amano shrimp got eaten, so, or they just jumped out of the tank from my aggressive betta fish. So the second generation is still around. We have Bluey's child, who ended up, I'll put a picture here. She is beautiful. She's a big, gorgeous female who is mainly blue-green, kind of like a cool blue-green color, with a strip of gold, brown, depending how you're looking at it, right down the center all the way to the tail. Now, I think that is just the coolest color combination ever. The tips of her tails even have, or the tips of her tail fins even have like that gold bonding to them or banding to them. I think it's gorgeous. Then we have Wally's child, who is very clearly brown chocolate, just like her, and then a bunch of Amano shrimp who are actually translucent colors. So we have translucent brown, which I'll put a picture here. This is the second generation. I actually just saw this one today, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. Had to throw it in the video. So we have this translucent brown color, we have translucent blue, translucent green, and then just your normal Amano shrimp. So that's the second generation. Third generation is all of these baby shrimp. So now a lot of them are mainly translucent color, which I'm okay with. I didn't expect to get any solids, especially out of a third generation, just because that Amano shrimp gene is probably so stinking strong, given that all of the solid colors are females. So that Amano shrimp color combo, the gene has got to be in there, and it's got to be super strong now. So we have translucent brown, translucent green, and translucent blue. That's our third generation of shrimp. So that's all of them wrapped up. I will put tons of pictures and tons of videos as I'm talking about them. But I'm really curious to see how this goes, because now there's Wally Jr., who I think is a female, but I don't know. So we could have more solid browns. And then the second generation of Bluey, the one with the gold banding, is actually in my 10 gallon. She's huge, but she's just surviving my betta fish, so I'm not going to move her. And the translucent brown that I showed, the second generation, is also in my 10 gallon. And I don't feel like moving them around. I really don't. If they're in the 10 gallon and they've survived this long, I'm not going to chase them around with a net and do that whole craziness again. So I'm just going to leave them there. As far as my shrimp tank, I am thinking of adding some in there, waiting till those babies grow up, this third generation, and possibly even the fourth generation that's kind of been in there. I'm thinking of letting them grow up and then seeing what I want to do. I also want to rescape that tank because I kind of threw everything together in order to not have them jump out of the tank and themselves. So it's really just thrown together. You've got Java fern, you've got Java moss, you've got water wisteria, I think, that I have floating on the top. It's cute, it's pretty, it works as a breeding tank. It's not what I want. I'm thinking of rescaping that. I almost want to put some sort of wood feature in the middle with Java fern around, and then maybe more Java moss, something like that, something that's more scaped. My 10 gallon is beautiful. It's come so far as plants and scaping and everything. It's just come so far. It's so beautiful now. So yeah, that's kind of the update, you guys. We've got 3 generations of shrimp, possibly 4. And yeah, I'm gonna upload a bunch of videos and pictures as I go. And that is the plan. I do love my chocolate shrimp. I know that sounds crazy because they're just brown. Like, you could literally put in a Skittles pack of shrimp in there and probably get brown because they're all gonna mix together. But like, come on guys, they're just so pretty. It's such a deep, rich, natural looking color, and I think that's why I like it so much. But this bluey color with the blue and then the gold band all the way down, I'm loving it. It's gorgeous. And the translucent brown. So I'm not complaining with the genealogy of my shrimp. I'm obviously not a professional breeder. I'm not selling these shrimp either. None of them make me a profit. None of this makes me a profit. So it's really just for my own enjoyment, and I really can't control what breeds inside of a tank. So that's the update.